Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
Yandawinaka, Fiji. In this bulletin, TC Herald comes our way. NDMO issues advice. And COVID-19 cases up to 15.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nang.
A tropical cyclone warning remains in force for Kandavu and Onoilau and is now also in force for southern parts of Viti Levu, from Momi through to Pacific Harbour, Benga, Vatulele, Matuku and Vatoa. Category 4 TC Herald was located about 360 kilometers west-northwest of Kandavu at 3 a.m. today. The Fiji Meteorological Service says the system is moving east-southeast at about 35 kilometers per hour. On its current track, TC Herald is expected to be located about 70 kilometers west-northwest of Matuku at 3 p.m. today. West-southwest of Matuku at 3 p.m. today, or about 60 kilometers northwest of Onoilau, or about 160 kilometers southeast of Matuku at 9 p.m. tonight. A storm warning remains in force for Moala, Totoya, Vanuatu, and is now also in force for Yasawa and Mamanuda group, the rest of Viti Levu, Lomai Viti, and the rest of the Southern Lau group. A gale warning remains in force for Lakemba and Vidia and is now also in force for the rest of the Lau group, Vanua Levu, Tavyuni, and nearby smaller islands. A strong wind warning remains in force for the rest of Fiji. And Koroi Tandulala joins us live now. Koroi, what's the situation on the ground at the moment?
Yes, Edwin, and good morning. We have actually been keeping a close watch on the current weather situation overnight, and we've also made calls to several places around the country to see what the situation on the ground is like for Fijians all over the country. Now, villages in Malolo in the Yasawa group have started to feel gusts of wind from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. this morning, and now these as TC Herald moves closer to the Fiji group. Now, the head of Solevu village in Malolo, Tevita Sandrata, told FBC News that preparation for the villages actually started yesterday after they received information that the island is most likely to be affected by TC Herald. Now, the Turangani Koro yesterday also issued a directive for all villages to remain on high alert and make sure that they keep themselves safe and also their children in that entire village. Now, an estimated of over 200 villages and more than 50 households currently in Solevu village. Now, FBC also gathered information from the 3 villages in Yasawa, Namara, Yamata, and Namboro. The villages are also experiencing gusts of wind, heavy rain, and coastal flooding. Villagers have also started with their preparation, and they've started to nail shutters on their window to protect themselves from, the upcoming TC Herald. And also, Edwin, the Central Division from Pacific Harbour to Suva has been experiencing heavy downpour for the past hour. These, as also has been highlighted earlier, that TC Herald continues to track closer to the south of Fiji. Now, FBC News also received information that Raki, Nausori, Singotoka, Pacific Harbour, continuous rain the whole of this morning, and the National Disaster Management Office is encouraging those living in low-lying areas, especially in flood-prone areas, to make haste now and move to higher grounds to keep themselves safe from flooding or whatsoever that will follow from TC Herald. And also, Edin, I'd like to highlight that we have been receiving, calls and reports from residents in Nausori, Vusuya to be exact, about a possible tornado that actually blows off a fuel roof in the wee hours of this morning, 4 a.m. to be exact. Now, we confirmed with police, the police center, the Central Police Command Center also confirmed that they have deployed their officers to go check out the ground reports and actually verify all these, the reports that's been flooding in through them. Also, FBC News also received similar concerns from residents within the area, and one particular resident, Sonal Jit, claims their roof was blown this morning by a tornado. Farms were destroyed and also forcefully uprooted. Edwin.
Thank you very much, Koroi. Fiji's 15th case of COVID-19 has been confirmed. Prime Minister Voreng Bainimarama has confirmed that the patient is linked to the flight attendant who was confirmed as patient number 1. Bainimarama says this is the 6th confirmed transmission tracing back to Fiji's first case of COVID-19.
Our newly confirmed case of coronavirus is the husband of an existing patient from Lautoka, the Zumba classmate of patient number 1. This was a case we have expected for some time, and thankfully, this 33-year-old gentleman did not develop any symptoms until after he was safely in isolation and posed no risk to the public.
Meanwhile, the Lautoka man who was found hiding from medical authorities in Kashmir with recent travel history has been cleared of the coronavirus. The Prime Minister says this now means that all restrictions in Lautoka are lifted.
Despite his irresponsible behavior, which will still be investigated, he was among the 24 tests last night that came back negative, meaning all of the Lautoka confined area now has the freedom to move into and out of that area, including the Kashmir area.
Bainimarama has reminded the nation the 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. nationwide curfew still applies everywhere, as does the ban on social gatherings and the requirement to keep a safe distance of 2 meters. Police officers have stepped up surveillance in Lautoka from today to make sure no one takes this as an opportunity to skirt any government directive. Fijians at risk from TC Herald have been advised to move to safety while there's still time. Director National Disaster Management Office Vasiti Soko says people must be mindful of the lockdown and nationwide curfew, which was in effect last night, in fact. As TC Herald approaches the Fiji group, Soko says people should not wait until the last minute to evacuate.
Move before it gets dark, move before the curfew kicks in. But if you're in a situation where you need to move during curfew hours, please do let us know. Also move if you need to move. We will alert the respective RFMF as well as the police.
There are over 830 people who came into direct and casual contact with the 54-year-old man who is Fiji's 9th confirmed case of COVID-19. Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wangainambete says some of these individuals who are immediate family of the Lambasa man have already tested positive for the virus. Dr. Wangainambete has assured Fijians that they've been able to reach all those who came into contact with the 9th case.
And if you look at the behavior of the spread of coronavirus in Fiji, it's the direct contacts that are getting the virus. We haven't had a casual contact get the virus.
The Fiji Police Force is working with the Fiji Navy to allow a one-time inter-island movement for those who were stuck in Lautoka for the past 18 days and wish to return home. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Gilio says due to the threat posed by severe tropical cyclone Harold, the Fiji Navy will be issuing advisories on plausible dates of travel. Gilio says for now Fijians must continue to adhere to the advisories issued by authorities.
We will allow that one-time movement. We're coordinating with the Navy that they go back now that the blockade in lockdown in Lautoka has been lifted. And also some of the hotel workers that were out in the islands that need to get back home to Lautoka. That will be a one-time movement as well.
Coming up, latest in the sports, Global Rapid Rugby cancelled for 2020.
O ira na ngone no ndai nuni enda beisinga ni mataka.
Merci sunga da kena loma dina kilo mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina na rabaksa ngai ka wala loma taki na ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre o ya Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikira o enda be mataka.
Boniti kina magrombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One na ndomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka. Dan ramay na singabo.
Welcome back. The Fijian Latui will play no part in this year's Global Rapid Rugby after the competition was cancelled. Fijian football star Roy Krishna can't wait to return to his hometown Lambasa after the lockdown.
Yeah, looking forward to go to Lambasa to meet my parents, my grandmother, all my friends, just hanging out with them, going to the town, and also ate fish parcel in the market.
A number of local bowling tournaments have been called off amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Major tournaments, including the South Pacific Carnival, scheduled to take place in Suva at the end of June, and the Sunny West tournament, set to be hosted in Nadi next month, have been deferred to 2021. Bowling Fiji Secretary Philip Lacey says these two tournaments attract a large number of international bowlers.
There are a number of competitions here in Nadi that were scheduled for Easter. The Hudson Cup, we have the Sunny West tournament scheduled for Nadi in May. We have a lot of international bowlers coming from overseas. Now that's not being held, that's been postponed till next year.
Expect showers and thunderstorms over most places due to TC Herald. Northerly winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas, moderate southerly swells, winds increasing to 20 to 30 knots, gusting to 45 knots over Fiji waters. From later today, rough to very rough seas for southwest Viti Levu waters, Kandavu Passage, southern Koro Sea and southern Lau waters. Winds may further increase to very destructive hurricane-force winds up to 90 knots, gusting to 125 knots from today. Phenomenal seas, damaging heavy swells of more than 4 meters expected. And that's your FPC Morning News. Join us again at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. And as FPC News brings you breaking coverage of TC Herald, be sure to join any of our 6 radio stations as well as our website www.fpcnews.com.fj for all the latest on TC Herald. Have a good morning.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।